Hey there, welcome in. It's a fun thrifting day today. I'm hitting up all my favorite local thrift stores, and I'm right in front of Vinnie's right now, St. Vincent de Paul's, and it's senior day. And I qualify. The parking lot is packed. Everything might be gone by the time I get in there, but I'm going to go in even still because I'm optimistic and I have high hopes today. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Studio Kimberly, where I curate vintage, fine art, and collectibles and jewelry. Lots and lots of jewelry. Today, I'm going to be shopping not only for my online shop, StudioKimberly.com, but for myself. I just recently moved into a new home in Central Oregon without a stick of furniture. So I'm slowly putting together my decor items, my furnishings, all the stuff that make a house a home. If you like the decorating part of thrifting, the styling, the putting everything together really nicely, you might want to follow me on my other channel here on YouTube, Pretty Over 50, where I'm putting together my entire house. So I'm thrifting and shopping on this channel, and I'm styling and decorating on that channel. If you enjoy that, you might want to check it out. Today, I'm looking for all kinds of things for my house, little things like wastebaskets and little side tables, that sort of thing, and some fun stuff. Interesting, vintage, cool, creative, unique, special things for the shop. So let's go on in and see what we can find. Okay, this is not a good sign. This is where the carts usually are, and there are no carts. So I'm thinking it's going to be really crowded in there. I'm in the furniture department. It's not really the most full furniture department, but by golly, I have found some good things in here. This is actually where I picked up that leather couch that I refinished, and you can see me do that, actually refinish the whole thing. The couch looks stunning. I paid $175 for it. It looks brand new now. And this is where I got it. And I'm actually now looking at this coffee table. It's glass with a metal base. I don't see a price on it, which tells me maybe it just came in. But it's something that might work for my house. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it and see if they end up pricing it, and maybe it'll end up being a good fit for me. I like this little table too. It's just like a small little side table for a side chair or something, and it's not really tall. And I'm thinking that it might work in my house because I have a couple of rattan chairs that sit lower, and that might be a good option to put in between the two. So again, it's not priced yet, which tells me that maybe it just came in. Now it looks like it's got a veneer top with a little bit of dings in here, but I think that would be really easy to fix with some wood products. So keeping an eye on this one as well. Look, they have a real large collection of these little angels. So they have them priced, I think it's $6. And it's a Victorian heart angel. Isn't that sweet? I actually have a whole lot of them here. Look at this one. Isn't that cute? So this one's $4. I don't know what the material is. It looks like it's just some type of ceramic, but those are really cute. Look at this neat little setup. This is a smaller little secretary desk, so it would fit in a smaller area with this really great wicker office chair. Isn't that beautiful? On those rolling legs down there, it's kind of a cross between rattan looking and industrial looking. What a cool little setup. And this would be wonderful for that little area in your house that you just need to sit and do paperwork or get bills done. So the chair, which is in great condition, is $19.95, and the secretary roll top is $65. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see if the top actually comes down. I think that's a neat little set. So you could get all of that for under $100. What a great value. Look at this beautiful glass pitcher. I really like that. Just that shape and the long neck. Can you imagine how neat that would be to pour iced tea out on the back patio out of that? Just so pretty. It's huge, it's heavy, and it's glass, so I can't ship it. So I'm gonna leave it here, but it's $20 if you live in the area. Come and snag that thing. That would really, really be beautiful in the kitchen. They really have some beautiful glass pieces here today. Isn't this pretty? I just thought that was just a great shape and a pretty piece. I don't think it's real high end because you can see that seam right there, but it's so very pretty. $5.95. And then I thought this piece was really cool as well. The way that, you know, it's ruffled in there like that. It just makes the bowl just look that much more elegant. So they're asking $2.50 for this one. These are pretty little glasses, cobalt blue, just tiny, maybe juice glasses. That would be pretty on a Sunday morning. So they're 95 cents each. And then over here, doesn't work for me because I don't drink, but look at these seamless martini glasses. Aren't those cool? Those are just really pretty. And they actually have an entire set of 4 for $6.95, which I think is a great value. All right, so here's some dishes I can totally get behind. This is a Crate and Barrel farmhouse soup and sandwich 2-piece set. And look, now that is a bowl of soup. That's as much soup as I usually have. It's a big bowl. I like a big bowl of soup. And so they're the little plates right there, and you put your soup on one side and your sandwich on the other. I really love those. I don't need them, but I love them, and I love the size of those soup bowls. So $9.95 for 4 pieces total. Great price. I haven't seen these before. This is such a great idea. This is a camping mug. Look at that, and it has a lid on it. So your coffee stays hotter longer. It's $1.50. I'm totally getting this because I'm a camping girl. I think that's such a great idea. There's 2 of them. I'm gonna leave one and just take one because I only need one. I always like to check the mug section just in case there's any handcrafted mugs. I'm not seeing any today, but I did see a mug. All about you. I just want to show you guys this fabric, which is so pretty. It looks like it's based off of watercolor. Aren't those colors so pretty? It's in the table runner section, but I think it's a curtain. And there's only one of them, but I just wanted you to see how pretty that design is. Heading into Possibilities thrift store, and look, it's senior day here too. So 25% off excludes green tags. And that's what we've got today. Oh, and look, right inside the door, Grandma's handwork. I love this kind of thing. So pretty. Look at these dresser runners, dresser scarves. Remember those? So pretty. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? This is all hand done. This is really an interesting sculpture. I'm pretty sure this is ironwood. Isn't that neat? I have it priced at $30. I don't see a hallmark on it. It looks to have a little bit of an Asian influence. It's really a neat piece. They always have such a great selection of glassware here, and they really do a good job of displaying it. They have this kind of, oh, just pine display up against the wall, so you really can see all of them. The glassware, and then they actually have beer steins and down to the wine glasses at the bottom. Just a really nice selection. Here's a nice set of deep kind of pasta bowls. And there's also 3 small plates, kind of luncheon size plates, and 4 bowls for $6 each. I really like that colorway. So this is from Home Trends. Is that a Target brand? Does anyone know? If you know, put it down in the comments. But I think that's a pretty set. I think this chip and dip bowl is so great. Look at that. It's an interesting colorway, and I like the pattern. It has a little bit of a handmade feel, but it's not handmade. It's production piece, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is handmade. So they're asking $6 for it. And you know, there's no marks on the bottom. So that's leading me to think that this is handmade. That is gorgeous. So pretty. I don't need it, and it's too big to ship, but wow, what a great deal. Look at this whole set of Fiesta cups. So there's 9 coffee cups for $9. Oh my gosh, what a great value. You know, these are so fun because you can mix and match them and just create a beautiful tablescape. And they feel really good, and they're substantial. This is just a nice buy right there. I don't need them, so I'm going to leave them here for someone else, but they really are wonderful. They have a really cool way of displaying their dish sets. So they'll grab a basket or some type of bucket and put all the dishes in there and price it as a set. So it's really an easy way to be able to go through and look at what they have. For instance, this set right here is $40. And then right next to it, oh my gosh, look at that beautiful pattern. Wow. Isn't that pretty? It's so great. Wow. So this one is $95 for the set. So they really do a good job of letting you know what's available and how many pieces, that sort of thing. This is a cool little sushi set. So you put your soy sauce and, you know, horseradish blend in there, wasabi, and chopsticks, and then the little chopstick holders that you put on the table. That's kind of a neat set, all in the little wood thing. And then this tray back here, isn't that pretty? I just think that's a beautiful pattern. And they have that priced at $20. Beautiful piece of handmade ceramic. They're asking $10 for it. It's really a pretty piece, beautiful glaze. Unfortunately, it's missing the lid. If it had the lid, I'd probably pick it up. That's a really nice piece. Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny and cute. Got a little mouse on a motorcycle. These are cool. They're wood salt and pepper shakers. Isn't that pretty? The wood is gorgeous, and they both have their stoppers. I really like these. These are very vintage. This looks totally 70s to me. How about you guys? 70s? What do you think? I think I'm going to pick those up. Those are just too fun to leave. These are really pretty bowls. Look at that interesting pattern. And the color is just like a really soft cream. So nice. I don't know where they're from because they put the tag right on top of them. So there's a set of 4, and they're $2 each. Those are nice little good pasta bowls, cereal bowls. This is a really cool pewter pitcher. Look at those great lines on it. I just really like that. That would look great on a table for a decor display. I'm just wondering what was up there at the top. Something was there, maybe a longer pour spout or something. If anybody knows, let me know. They're asking $5 for it. I'm gonna leave it here, but I do think it's really cool. This is a neat handmade piece. So I guess you put oil in the back, like an essential oil and maybe a wick or something. I'm not sure how these work. Does anyone know? If you know, put it down in the comments. But I think it's just a really pretty piece, beautiful glaze, nice imagery on there. They're asking $10 for it, and it is artist signed. Pretty cool. Here's another handmade piece. Isn't that pretty? That glaze is gorgeous. I love it. So there's the inside. So this would be a wonderful vase with those colors, and it almost looks like a grassy field with atmosphere, you know, in the distance. So pretty. I think I might pick this up. They're asking $5. I don't know if there's an artist signature underneath that sticker, but I really, really like this. You guys, how stinking cute is this? Look at that. Isn't that adorable? That's one of those old style kitchen chairs. And then somebody put a really cool cover on it, or maybe that came with it. And it's the old chrome with the little step stool attached. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. They're asking $20. That is so cute. Let me show it to you from the side. Isn't that fun? Oh golly, I don't need it. I'm gonna leave it here, but I hope somebody who really loves vintage finds it. Look at how interesting this lamp is. I don't think I've seen a lamp like this before. And I think when you first look at it, it looks a little weird. But then when you look at it again, it becomes really, really cool. This is actually wood. And it's all carved. I just think that's pretty cool. You know, if you put that in the right place with the right shade, people would just be blown away with how great that looks. I actually kind of like it. Looks like it's a little bit older because it has, you know, an older style cord. Or maybe they just wrapped it. Maybe that's what it is. And I'm looking for a price right now. Okay, so they want $12.99. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should get that for my living room because I want a really cool lamp for that new credenza. And with the right shade, that could be fabulous. So I'm definitely going to think about that. This is a really gorgeous hand-blown glass piece. It's a vase, and you can see it's hand-blown from that little area at the bottom where they actually cut off the glass supply. So it's one of those changing toned sort of vases. That is really, really pretty. No controlled bubbles in this one, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a beautiful umber color with the clear glass at the bottom. They're asking $4.99. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. I think that's a really pretty piece. This is another really interesting piece. It's very vintage. I don't know when it was made or where, and I can't even tell really what material it is. It's not wood, or at least I don't think so. If it is, it's a really light wood, but it's got that neat little mountain scene on it with the stag and the doe and the trees. I just think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's very old. I have no idea. There's no hallmarks on it at all. They're asking $4.99. What do you guys think? Would you pick that up? Look at this really cool piece. This looks like it's copper with some burnishing on it. It's like a easel or a painting or a photograph. Isn't that gorgeous? I really love it, and it's large. so you could put a larger picture on it. They're asking $3.99. I'm gonna pick that up. I think that's a great buy. Oh, look at this little cutie, little lone rhinoceros. Isn't he sweet? He's on a very light wood. They're asking $4.99. I think he's cute. Okay, I want to show you guys this because it's really cool. So this is the top of the tray. So you can put some hors d'oeuvres here and your glasses. But look, on the bottom, you can stand it up. And so you have your glasses there and your little treats and stuff. I think that's so cool. One of the most fun things about thrifting is it's always so surprising. I find myself saying all the time, wow, I didn't see that coming or wasn't expecting that. You know, if you're a thrifter, you understand it. If you haven't thrifted before, I'll tell you what, be careful if you start because it's almost addicting in the sense that you go out and you just never know what you're gonna find. You know, when you go to Target or Walmart, you pretty much understand what you're in for. But when you're thrifting, it's the wild, wild west out there. It really is so fun. So for today, I picked up, actually, surprisingly, quite a number of things for myself, and I did get some things for the shop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the things I've got for myself or picked up for myself first, kind of quickly, because, you know, I don't know if you care about that, but I just wanna show you how surprising things can be at the thrift store. So I'm gonna start with the biggest thing first, and that is this lamp. I mean, look at that. This is the kind of lamp or just the kind of furnishings that you look at it and you think, that's really weird. And it's weird and kind of wonderful and kind of weird, but I think, I'm not sure yet, but I think I'm gonna be able to style this and it's gonna look fabulous. And people are gonna walk in and go, oh my gosh, look at that lamp. Now this lamp is wood, the base is wood, which is one of the reasons that I liked it so much. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the main credenza in my front room, and I'm gonna live with it for a few days. I think I might stain it a different color. I wanna see if the kind of the cream is gonna work first. I think I might stain it. And because it has this neat wood texture on it, if I put a wax over the stain, like a darker wax over the stain, it's gonna really bring out that texture. So that could be cool. So the lamp, this wild and crazy lamp was $12.99, and I ended up picking up a lampshade there that goes really well. Here, I'll put it back here on top of the lamp. It's just about the right scale, and it's just a very simple shape, which I think you really need for this lamp. So if you're interested in following the adventures of this lamp and watching me stain it, which I'm not sure I'm gonna do yet, but I probably will, you can follow me over on my other channel, Pretty Over 50, here on YouTube. I'll have it listed down below because that's where I'm doing all the decorating and the DIY stuff. I redid my couch. I'm repainting an old dresser, you know, in a week or two. So if you want to watch what happens with this lamp, come on over there because I still don't know myself. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. This is another decor item I got. This huge vase. Now this is handcrafted ceramics, handcrafted, hand-fired, the whole thing. And this is a type of slab work that you actually roll the clay out into a long tube and you just start working at the base of the vase and work your way up. You use a little slip in between the things and it's a fun process, and you don't need a wheel. Now this is huge, but I absolutely love it. I love it so much. I saw it there and I thought, oh my gosh, nobody really realizes how cool that is. So look at this neat texture. I'll try to put it back here. Look at that neat texture on this vase. I am probably going to put this somewhere on the floor, maybe with some branches coming out of it. It's gonna look absolutely fabulous. So huge, very, very heavy, handcrafted ceramic vase. I think I paid, what did I pay for this? This was $20. But if I bought this in a gallery, it'd be a heck of a lot more than that, probably closer to $150. So it was a really good buy. The next things are kind of funny things. I am getting together my camping gear for the summer season. I love to camp during the summer. I take my dog and my kayak, and I can get up early in the morning and get out on the lake, and I don't have to drive home at the end of the day. I just go crawl into my tent. So I'm getting all my camping stuff together. So I picked up this really cool camping mug that has a lid on it. So it keeps your coffee warmer in the morning, which is very important to me. So I got this very, very cute camping mug. I picked up a cheese grater. What I do is I put my kitchen items in a little Tupperware, and I wanted one that was flat so I could grate my cheese when I'm out there by the lake. And then I picked this up. This is a tablecloth, and this is gonna go over the picnic table that they give you at the campsite. I don't like those plastic tablecloths. I realize they're really easy to wipe down, but they don't feel very good, and your arms stick to them, and it's just icky. So I ended up getting a cloth tablecloth, and this has, you know, it's not all cotton or anything. It has polyester in it, so it has a little bit of water repellent in it, and I can just sort of wipe it down. So anyway, this is my fancy camping tablecloth. Now, okay, one more thing that I picked up. I actually really love this. This is an easel that you can put a photograph on or a painting on or something like that. Very, very cool design, metal, and it's big. It's nice to get them bigger because then you can put bigger pieces on them and they look fabulous on a countertop. I picked this up and I thought it was brass, but what I realize now is it's not brass. It's metal that's been painted with a metallic brass paint. So I was gonna put this up in the shop, but the fact that it's not brass, I really don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use this in my home. It's gonna look great. This added element at the top when you have a frame that hits right here just really adds to it. So this is gonna end up in my house and not in the shop. Now I'm gonna go into what I picked up that will go into the shop, ShopStudioKimberly.com. And then make sure you stay to the end because I'm gonna show you 3 really great pieces of artwork that I picked up in Sisters, a neighboring town. When I was out there yesterday with a girlfriend, we were doing the thrift circle there. Sisters is kind of an arty town. You know, they have the outdoor quilt show. There's a lot of art galleries. There are a lot of artists that have their studios there. And when you get an arty town, you get arty stuff in the thrift stores. And I picked up 3 pieces of art, 2 for my house and 1 that's gonna go up in the shop. So make sure you stay tuned for that because that's gonna be fun. I did pick up these wooden salt and pepper shakers. Aren't those just the stinking neatest thing? I love these so much. These are wood, probably, I don't know if they're handcrafted or not, but my guess would be yes. They're very vintage. They're from the 70s, and you can see they both still have their stoppers in them, which is very cool. So I'm gonna wood oil these up. They're gonna look fabulous. And I just love them. And you know what? They feel really good in the hand too because they're wood. I picked up this vase. I love this vase so much. Of course, this is ceramic, my deal. Doesn't that look like grass? And then there's a little horizon line right along here and then the sky. Oh, it's so beautiful. Won't that look pretty with flowers from the garden in it? It's just so pretty. It doesn't have a mark on the bottom. I'm almost 100% sure that this is handcrafted just because the way the glaze looks and the shape of the vase itself. So this will be up in the shop and whoever gets it, oh my gosh, I love this vase. You're gonna be really lucky and you're gonna love it. This piece of glass is stunning. It is gorgeous and I was so surprised it was still there that somebody hadn't picked it up. I think people just didn't realize what it is. This is hand blown glass and you can tell from this little area on the bottom where they snap off the hot glass when they're working with it. But look at the color of that glass with the amber up here and the clear down here. And it kind of fades from lighter to darker. This is a vase. It is so pretty. And look at the thickness of that glass. It is such a beautiful piece. No controlled bubbles in this. It's all clear. Really, really beautiful. And then I picked up one piece of jewelry today, and I was so surprised again that it was still there, that someone hadn't grabbed it. This is not fine jewelry. This is costume jewelry, but it's really good costume jewelry. These are glass beads. The glass is swirled clear with white through it. It's really, really pretty. I'm sorry, I don't think you can see it in the light here, and I apologize for that. And then it has beautiful metal work in between each bead. This is really such a pretty piece of jewelry. Again, I was so surprised it was there. It's in excellent condition, and that metal work, or the lacing in between the beads, is so delicate. Really, really pretty, and this will be up in the shop. Now I want to show you the artwork. This is the one piece that I picked up that is going to go up in the shop. Isn't that beautiful? This is an original watercolor. It's signed by the artist down here in the corner. And it's a beautiful floral scene with that gold frame. It's just such a nice piece of art. And I was, again, just so tickled to come across it. You just never know what you're gonna find. So beautiful spring colors, bright and fresh and very fun, really nice painting. Skilled watercolorist and a beautiful presentation. So this one will be up in the shop. This next piece I got for here at the house. It is another original watercolor. This is on archival paper with a decal edge, and it's floating on the mat on the back. So it's kind of a unique sort of framing, and it's a feather. Feathers are kind of a little special thing with my family. My daughter will understand it. So I picked this up. It's a green feather in a really, really nice light wood frame. This is gonna go somewhere in the house, probably upstairs. It might even go in the guest bedroom. I really, really loved it, and I paid $10 for this. This is the third piece of artwork that I picked up, and oh my gosh, my girlfriend Suzanne actually spotted this one. She's a vintage expert. She really is. She's been doing it for, oh gosh, almost 2 decades, and has a shop downtown in Redmond. It's called Swan Song. She spotted this one. This is a very vintage woodcut print. This is probably from the 60s or 70s, and it's absolutely gorgeous. There is a little bit, oh, I got it upside down. There is a little bit of aging on the mat area, but other than that, it's just stunning. And actually, I absolutely don't care, just because the piece is so cool. It's artist signed on the bottom, really beautiful, nice frame. Sorry about the reflection in the artwork. Let's see if I can get it out of there, but then you get the reflection from something else. Really nice frame job, and I paid $40 for this one. That's everything from today's thrift trip. It was such a fun day. I hope you had fun too. If you did, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. All the things that I showed today that will be up in the shop, you can find the shop at StudioKimberly.com, and I'll have that listed in the description box down below. Thanks so much for joining me. This was a lot of fun for me, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye now.